Yes, please start, Shashank. It's done.
Yeah, sure. So last week we had discussing about the data view language, how to write the data view language, and I have explained the palette called the transform message palette. By using the transform message palette, we are going to write the data view language. The file which we took, this is the sample file which we discussed on last week. So to convert from the JSON to JSON transformation, and if you have a single set of person, there it's not required to write a loop operator. If you have a list of persons, then we introduce the operator called map operator. By using the map operator, we are going to write the data view code if you have a list of informations, because this is what we discussed last week. I have shown you that this is the example which we had a conversation on last week. So before, we do not have any like multiple persons. Currently we have a list of persons. So in MuleSoft, normally other programming language, if you have a list, then people are using the for loop, do while do this kind of operators, this kind of looping operators they are using. But in MuleSoft, there is no for loop, while do while mechanism. They are using the map operator. By using the map operator, we are going to apply for the looping in the data view language. So this is what we had a conversation last week only. Now I'm going to cover the extent of the data view languages. Do you have any doubt from last week classes? So if you have any doubts, you can let me know, or if you're facing any installation issues or anything, you can let me know, I can clarify. Okay. So this is what we conversation yesterday. Okay, now by default enter transform message output. This is the output after by using the transform message, we are going to write the data view language. By default, transform message output will be storing under payload only. So if we want to retrieve the data and if we want to reuse the data in any other place of the mule flow, like in subflow, private flow, how we are going to reuse it? Example, this is the output payload only. By default, transform message output will be storing under payload. If you want to reuse it in the outside of the transform message, means any other flow, then what is the mule expression language is? Example, hash payload. Hash payload means the output will be, I'm going to reuse in the logger palette. If we restart the flow, example, then we can reuse in this flow also. Or else if we want to reuse it in subflow or private flow also, we can reuse by using the payload, because output will be storing under payload only. I will show you that example. Take the connection details here. 4032. So this is the path. Okay, now application is going to be deployed. Still there, deployed. You can send a request. I can go and verify. See, you can able to see the content here. You can able to see the content here. Okay, means by default transform message output will be storing under payload. Sorry, and I want to reuse the transform message data in any other palette, like main flow, some other palette, or subflow, private flow. Then what is the mule expression language syntax is hash payload, because payload, this is the one, output payload only. And I told you right last week, if you want to define as a dynamically everything, you want to retrieve and you are going to send to someone as a dynamically, then mule expression language syntax is hash bracket. Within the hash bracket, we are going to pass the syntax. So if you are not passing hash bracket, the system considers a normal string. system consider as a normal string only. But within the hash bracket, if you are passing, now currently I'm not passing hash bracket, then system will consider as a normal string only. But if you are passing hash bracket, payload means this is nothing but a MEL expression. The syntax is hash bracket. In the hash bracket, this is the standard MuleSoft supported the syntax. So we should learn the syntax only. So within the hash bracket, I'm going to pass the payload, means the whatever the data always storing in the payload only. So I want to reuse this data in somewhere only, any other palette. Now currently I'm going to reuse in log palette, or if you want to reuse it in the, for example, take one flow reference, and we want to reuse in subflow as well. Takes one subflow. Okay, the same palette, if you want, you can consume it. Logger also.
And Padma also joined. Just a minute.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the flow reference, and I'm going to call this subflow and select the drop down. Okay, now I have defined the data wheel code here, and I'm going to reuse it here only. Okay, and by using flow reference, which syntax do I need to mention here? Hash payload, because transform message output, entire output will be storing under payload, and I'm going to reuse it in the subflow only. Now, if you want, put the breakpoint, or if you want, you can put one more logger also. Logger, I told you, right? Logger data, it will display the only in the console only. So it won't carry to next palette also. Only the whatever the content which you are defining under logger palette will be displayed under console only. For our reference. So for our reference only, we have people are using the logger. Logger is not a mandatory palette also. That is for reference only. Now I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to call the subflow. Just I'm going to write one sentence in subflow. So means in subflow whether it has been called or not by using flow reference, I want to know. So in subflow, just whatever the content you want, you can write it here only. There is no restrictions. So I'm going to restart the flow. We just restarted. Then you can send a request. Now you can see the content and the first logger, whatever the content we have written, right? So you can go and verify in subflow after transform. So after transform means this is the content. After transform, payload data has been carried, where we got defining the main flow and consuming the subflow as well. So this is how by default transform message output will be storing in the payload, and if you want to reuse it in some way, wherever you want, like a subflow, private flow, wherever you want, by using the MEL expression language, we are going to consuming the data. Okay, now by default this is the payload only. Again, after transform message, I'm going to, there is a requirement. So regarding that requirement, I would like to select the set payload, one palette. Set payload is the palette only. Now here I'm going to write my own sentence. This is for set payload. Okay, now this is the palette, or output will be storing under payload. Then again one more set payload. I have written my own sentence. This is for set payload. Now I'm going to run the flow. So deploy, just send a request. Then you can go and verify what is the output of this one. Say in subflow, this logger got executed. Okay, and other one, what is the output of here? This is for set payload. Means this set payload data output will be carried to next set payload, and whatever the content which are written, this is for set payload, is the final output. Payload data always overriding only, which is the latest payload, that is the final output. Okay, now my requirement is I want to reuse this one only, because unfortunately as per my requirement I was selecting the set payload data, and this is the output, whatever the transform message output will be storing under payload. Again there is a one more palette called set payload only, as per the requirement I was selecting example. So payload data overriding, and this is which is the latest one, that is the final output only. As per, this is what I have designed, and we got the output as this is the one. This is the set payload. Now my requirement is I want to reuse this one. I don't want this one. I want to reuse this data. So there is an approach called variable. By default, transfer message output is storing under payload, and I would like to create one variable here on, so that entire output will be storing under variable, and wherever I want, I can reuse it, the data. How we are going to create the variable, right? Here you can click on plus option, click on plus, and expand this one. There is a name called variable, and the variable name, whatever the name you want, you can create it here on. Example, then I'm going to put it as T output. Anything up to your wish, whatever the name you want, you can put it. Means T output, transfer message output. I was selecting here. Now T output I am going to write. See, now after selecting, current is showing as empty, and if I expand this one, you are already, whatever the code which you have written, it is available here. Okay, now the same output, if you want to keep it in the variable, just copy this code, entire code you want, you can copy, Control C, and keep it the variable. Okay, now the data will be, output will be, now currently where it is storing, variable T output. Before it was storing output payload. Now the same transfer message output will be storing under variable T output. Means one single transfer message we can create n number of variables. There is no restrictions. There is no restriction. So now currently it's storing under payload as well as variable. This is the T output variable. Now you want to retrieve, right? Now currently in the logger palette showing this is the final output. Now I am going to retrieve in subflow as well. How we are going to retrieving? Here, instead of selecting payload, now I'm going to selecting as, where if you are defining variable and you want to consume the variable in some other places, what is the mule expression language? VARS var star. What is the key here? T output, variable name I'm talking about. If you want to edit, then click on this one, edit current tag. Just not this one. So this is the variable name. Select the variable name. Now I'm going to selecting here. Where start this one. Now, if you are keeping after transform as a set payload also, but I can reuse the data in some other places. How we are going to reusing? Create a variable, keep the transform message output under variable, and you can reuse the variable data in wherever you want. Now you can restart the flow, send a request, you can verify the data. See, now this is the data, it got generated. See, after transform is output of the entire transform message. This is how. So this is how we are going to reuse the data in multiple places. One transform message output will be storing under payload, and we can reuse it in the multiple places after creation of variable on it. So this is the variable which we are using frequently in project, when you are doing the project also, very frequently. And also if you want to maintain multiple outputs in transform message, because example, this is the payload and this is the variable. What is the structure of this one? Example, this is the one, this is the output. Okay, if you want, you can see the output here. This is the output now. Now I want to maintain single transform message, multiple outputs. So payload data one output, and other variable data one output, other variable data one more output. So single transform message we can maintain multiple outputs. So just you can modify the code. Example, this is the payload data, okay, and root element is available and subroot also available. Like this, currently this is the one. Okay, now just to go back to the variable, and I'm going to remove the parent, main parent, and this is the parent I'm talking about. This is the parent element I'm going to remove now. Just to remove this one as well. Okay, and remove this one as well. Means two different outputs I'm saying now. So this is the one, is the output, the same one what we discussed now. Now other variable, I'm going to maintain different output. Now just restart the flow. Now you can send a request. Now you can see the output as well. See, output got changed. There is no root element here. There is no root element. In the previous example, root element is available, but there is no root element. Means payload data, whatever the payload data, that includes the root element and subroot as well. But in variable data, there is no root element and subroot. Means one single transform message, we can maintain multiple outputs also. So after creation of variables, and we can reuse the variables, and whatever the content, whatever the structure you are expecting, then you can maintain here single transform message. That is also one more advantage here on it. So single transform message, we can maintain multiple formats, like multiple structures, and by default transform message output will be storing under payload. Payload data always overriding only. So, but I want to reuse the data in some way. Then what is the approach is creation. You can create the variable in the transform message. Then wherever you want, you can reuse it only. Okay, this is normally calling as a transform message global variable. So global variable means output, entire output will be storing under by default payload, but payload data always carry overriding. So to avoid the overriding mechanism, there is a concept called variable. So you can create the variable and you can keep it whatever the content you want under the variable. So that all after execution of the transform message, output will be storing under that variable only, so that you can reuse it wherever you want. And there is no limit n number of variables. If you want, you can create here on. There is no limit, only one variable or two variables only. Say example t output. Now t output one more variable which I created here. Now see, now same output, same input is common, output is different. So this is the one output, and this is also one output if you want, and this is also if you want to modify one more output also. Input is the common and output means multiple outputs. Now how we are going to get the multiple outputs in the transform message? After creation of variable, we can maintain multiple outputs only. Any doubt here? This is the scenario which we are using frequently in project in the real-time projects also. Very frequently we are using. So single transform message we can create, we can maintain multiple outputs. Okay, and there is no restrictions to create the variables. N number of variables if you want you can create, and each variable you can maintain different outputs also. So which variable data you want to carry in wherever, like in subflow, private flow, just you can carry the variable name, so that output will be going to be generated. Okay, now if you want to delete the outputs, if this is the variables, just click on this one, just you can delete the variables. Now variable data will transform message output will be storing under now only payload and variable t output. Current t output, if you want you can create it, or you can delete it. Just to delete it. Now this is the default one. Now this is the default one. Now whatever the variable which are created, that is the global variable. Now within the data view code, if you want to create a variable, within the data view code, var and example city equal this is nothing but a local variable. This is nothing but a local variable where I am going to creating in the header part. This part is completely header part, and this is the completely body. So this part is completely header part, and this is the completely body only. So I'm going to reuse the header value in the body. Okay, this is the variable syntax. This is the var is the variable name. What is the variable name here? City. Bangalore is the value. Okay, this is the key, this is the value. So I'm going to define here key value pair combination, and if you want to reuse the key wherever you want, example instead of payload city, then you can keep it here. So if you want, you can modify the value, example Bangalore. Then you can run the flow. Okay, Just restart it and go on verify. Okay, just remove this one as well. So set payload data always overriding, right? So that is the right. If you want, you can delete this one as well.
So Shashank, a quick question.
Yeah, tell me.
So will we be able to get a variable from another payload?
Another payload means another set payload. You mean to know, right?
Yeah. So let's say, for example, yeah, exactly. So you said like we can create multiple payloads like and name it to a variable, right?
Yes.
So let's say, for example, I have a variable named ABC, and I have to use a value from the payload from the main payload, and use it in the variable that I created. So is that possible?
Yeah, if you want, you can create a one more set payload and keep it that variable data in set payload. Then
Just that.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will show you that one as well. I'll show you. Example T data. We are going to create. Okay, and this is the data. Just the same data if you want, you can maintain. I'm just telling about. You can maintain and select the set payload data, and you can write it here on it. Where start.t output. T data. Then you can do the same thing. This is what you were expecting, right?
No, I was asking like you said, city equal to Bangalore, right?
This is the local variable.
Oh, it's a local variable. Okay.
This is a local variable. This variable is completely different, whatever the which we discussed before. This
Okay.
is the variable which we are going to reuse it in the within the data we code. Normally in the program as variable we are creating, right? Variable the one.
Right.
Or the same which we are going to use in the same code only. The same way within the data we code, if we want to reuse it, then we can create the variable only. This is the variable, the one which we are discussing, the variable which we have created. This is the output. Entire output will be storing here. Okay, but in the data we code, I'm going to write. This is the data we code. I'm going to creating one variable where I'm going to create the variable. This is the header part. This is the complete header part.
Correct.
Header create a variable. I'm going to reuse it. Example, in the source system is coming city equal Hyderabad. Example, but I don't want to send to target system as the Hyderabad, and they are expecting before sending to target system they're expecting it's Chennai. Example. Then what to do? I'm going to create a here Chennai. And wherever it is required, just this is the key, this is the value, right? Just a key, take this key and put it here. Not only in these places, wherever you want. This is the header one I'm talking about. Header value we can read in multiple places. That is the advantage of this one. Then the last name column also coming as a Chennai, and city column also coming as a Chennai. Means first if we are defining city, system will understand, yes, this is the variable which we create in the locally nothing but inside of the data we code. Then system going to verify, yes, this is the key is available or not. If the key is available, then corresponding value is going to be appending at runtime. Is it clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, the same I'm going to run. Now the value like Chennai is going to be populated two places. One is first name and last name. See, something like that. See Bangalore 1 2 3. Something. Wait. It is different. Which project is going to be deploying here? 1 second. Trans. Okay. Now you can see here logger. After transfer message, hash payload. Okay, now you can see the output. It's deploying. Now I can send a request. Now you can see the output here. What is this? This is the output. Trans 4302. Transfer. Where is the logger data? Data v1 now. Where is the logger data? Wait a minute. Where is it? So Chennai is coming here. Chennai in the last time column it is coming here. And city also coming here. Chennai. One second. Why logger is not executed? So data anyway it got populated here. See, this is the last time column Chennai, city column Chennai, last time column Chennai. This is nothing but a local variable. The one which we are creating is a local variable. Within the data v code, if you want to reuse it, then we can create a variable that is the header part, and we can reuse it in multiple places. The one which we created, discussed, the first one is that is the entire data v code storing under variable, and we can reuse it only. But whatever the variable which are created, right, this variable we cannot reuse it in the outside of the transfer message. This is the one which we created outside of the transfer message, means outside of this palette we can reuse it. But whatever the variable which are created, this one we can reuse it in this place only, not in the outside. Now is it clear? Hello? Okay.
Yeah, yes, Hassan. I was on mute, sorry.
Okay. Now this is there are two types of variable which I am going to create, and one more scenario is, example, I'm going to stop now. So if you are creating a variable in normal palette, variable palette is available. Okay, now this is the variable. If you are creating outside of the transfer message, means in the flow. Example, profession, and you can create the IT job, something. And the same variable, whatever the variable which are created, you are going to reuse it in the transfer message. So this is the variable you can create the outside of the flow, outside of the means transfer message, nothing but within the flow, and you want to reuse this variable in the data v code. Now the syntax is, example, this is the job, right? Profession. Now example, in the city places, if you want, VARS dot profession. Normally if you want to consume the data, consume the variable data, so you are going to defining here, and you want to consume the data that we discussed last week, Mule expression language hash VARS dot profession. So defining the variable, and you want to consume within the hash bracket, this is the variable type is var dot profession. This is the key. So what is the value it is going to be displayed in the runtime? IT job is going to be displayed. Now the same mechanism, I have defined a variable in the flow, but this is the variable I want to reuse it in the data view code. But whenever you are going to reuse the data view code, then no need to select like hash bracket, only key value only. But this is the only syntax for data view only. But outside of the data view, hash bracket, where's the profession. But in the data view transformation, the data view language don't use the hash bracket, only vars.profession only. So runtime, the IT job is going to be populated here. If we run the same flow, sorry, I'm going to stop now. I will rerun. So now instead of city column, in the city, the whatever the value which you are assigning, right, the IT job is going to be populated here instead of Chennai. So this is also one more approach only, because I have created one variable and they are suggesting me to just reuse this in the data view code, and don't use the hash bracket, only key value only we need to write it here only. This is the type of variable. What is the key here? Profession. What is the value of key? IT job is the value of key. It is going to be appended to city at runtime, and the file is going to be generated. See, IT job is going to be generated. So like this. So this is also, you have created the variable and we can reuse it in the transform message. See here also. See, IT job. This is the variable got executed. After transform message, this got executed. See, this is the file, IT job. Clear? Three types of variable which are discussed. First, entire output will be storing under variable, then we can reuse it. Whatever the variable which you want within the data view code, and the syntax is variable. Don't write the full name of variable, just var key value, and we can reuse it in within the data view. Don't think like we can whatever the variable which are creating right inside the data view, system won't support if you want to reuse it here only. Not only here, any other palette. Okay, and this is the variable palette normally which you are using in the flow, and the same variable data if we want to reuse it in the data view code, just to var.profession. Don't put like a hash bracket, but in the data view code system can't support, it's the only var.profession. But the variable, if you want to reuse it in the flow level, you can use the syntax like hash bracket var.profession. Clear, right? There are three types of variables. So these three types of variables which are using very, very frequently in the real time also. Sometimes we are creating the normal variable, just they ask me to reuse it only, or else within the data view code, or else reuse the entire output in the multiple flows also we can reuse it only. Okay, clear, right? Now this is the file till now we discussed. Example, this is the one. This is the very basic file. Okay. Now I'm going to write another file as another data view code. Example, this is my input file. This is my input file. Okay. Now my customer asked me to write the data view code by using this is the file. Okay. So there is an option called just a simple drag and drop that we discussed last week. Import the input metadata, output metadata, and drag and drop automatically code gets generated. That is basic one only. But initially, you can how to write the data view code, you can learn it only. That is very, very important. Sometimes existing code they ask you to modify only. So there is already people have written the data view code, just they ask me to modify some changes on existing code. That time, if you have simple drag and drop starting onwards, if you are learning drag and drop, that time you are getting a very problem. So that is the reason, just to try to understand how to write the data view code, so that if you are getting the same kind of requirement, then you can understand, you can modify the existing code. Okay. Now I'm going to delete all the things only. Just how to write the same file. Just delete this palette also. Okay. Drag one transform message palette. Now by default Java is available. Now current requirement JSON to JSON only. Till now we are going to discuss on JSON transformation. Now this is the file my customer will share, like this is the source system, they are sharing me, this is the sample file. And the same one they asked me to convert as a target system also. First of all, if a customer will share any file, not only this file, any other file, first we need to understand either the list of arrays, like list of information or single person information, that we need to understand. Means if a list, then we are going to apply for the map operator. If there is no list, then we are going to write it manually only. First, this is the object, single person object, there is no list. But inside the object, we have a list. This is means array, and this is the array. Address is the one array, and contact also one array. So inside file, we are going to apply for the map operator, but starting is not required only. So how to write? Now, first of all, what is the transformation is they are requesting me JSON to JSON. Now by default Java is available. Just the first point you can modify as a JSON. Now second point, as I told you, right, is the list or single object. Now I have gone through the file. There is no list one, single object only. Then how to write? Just take this element. This is the key and this is the value. And what keys they are expecting the target system. Whatever the keys, if example they are expecting, that keys we are keeping here only. Example, in the target system, there is no hyphen, just they are expecting like a without hyphen. Then I told you how we are receiving the file. All the files are receiving via payload only. So payload only, so that is the reason I'm going to using as a payload. Dot, what is the key of employee ID? The source system, this is the one. Just to drag it. Then next element. What is the next element? First name. Just the first name. But source is target system saying that don't send the any hypers. I want only name only. Then payload dot. This is the key. But I told you, right, colon left side is going to the target system. Colon right side coming from the source system. Source system value keys we do not have any rights to modify. Whatever the keys they are sending, we are just directly consume the keys only. But while sending to the target system, we are going to discuss with them, do I need to send the same keys or do I need to modify the keys? Now current requirement, what they are saying that don't send any hypers. Then just you can remove the hypers and you can sending as a name only. So that is the reason I'm going to sending as a first name and remove the hyperlink. This is the one. Then next, last name. Remove this one as well, and colon payload dot last name, DOB payload dot DOB, comma preferred first name, payload dot preferred first name. Removing this one as well. You can expand this one as well. Okay. Active. So there is no loop until active. So I'm going to write manually. So by default they are sending the file as coming from the payload only. So that is the reason I'm using the payload. The file is coming in the payload. So payload dot, in the payload I have a list of elements. Which element do you want? In the payload, I want EMP-ID. In the payload, I want first name, last name, DOB, first name, preferred first name, last name. Until active, I have written the data we code. Now I'm going to verify whether I have whatever the code which I have written is as expected or not. Then just run the flow. Anyway, it's already running. Things so deployed. Yeah. Okay. Now take this is the file. What are the file which I am discussing? Then just remove this one. Control C. Keep it back up if required. Okay. And this is the file. Copy. Just put it here. So change the method called post. Means post means they are sending the file. They are not consuming the data. So source system sending the file, mule will consuming by using this one, and I'm going to write the data we code before sending to the target system what they are expecting. Okay, now just to send a file, send a request. So you can see, because source system sending employee ID, but in target system I don't want hyphens, just remove the hyphen and send to me. So now I'm going to remove this one only. This is the target system file. Okay, until active I'm going to return the data we code. Now what is the next approach? Address. Now what is the address behavior? Address is the root element and the behavior of the address is array. Means single person have a multiple address only. This is one address and this is the one address. This is the single person information, but he has a two address only. But address type is array and it has a root element also. In the data we code, if you want to append the root element, then because if your next element is available, comma, root element is available, right? Just take the whatever the root element if they want, address, colon. Now where is the file? File is available in the payload. So just payload. Now I want to access the child elements, but first we need to call the root element. So just payload dot, what is the root element of this one? Address, and repeat the map, because I want to because address is the array. So if you want to repeat as an array, MuleSoft support the operator called map operator. Give the space and open the bracket, payload 01, comma, index of payload. So I told you right here, whatever the name you want, you can maintain. This is the standards only, but if you are not comfortable payload 0, index of payload 0, whatever the name you want, you can put it. Okay, index of pay only. Then this is the arrow. This is standard syntax only. Float back started. Okay, now I have written the just a condition, loop condition. Now you're going to, if you want, you can verify the code, how the code get generated. You can go and verify. See, two objects are coming within the array. Array, and this is the array symbol. Address is the root element, and this is the array. And if you want to modify the root element up to your wish, this is the add. This is the key which is going to the target system. Okay, but for this one you do not have rights to modify, because this is the one is coming from the source, but this is the key going to the target. Now you can send a request. See, add is coming. Now we can write the inside of the addresses. So what is the address line 1? So address line 1, you can write it only. Remove this one as well. Okay, colon. Now addresses are storing under payload 01. Now payload 01 dot. Where is you? Which one you want? Address line 1. Take the address line 1. Now if you want to, you can verify. See, address line 1. Two addresses are available. One is 120 Spanish, Acanto, and one is Spanish only. So file got generated like this one. Now you can write it rest of the elements. What is the rest of the elements? Address line 2. Comma, address line 2, colon, payload 01 dot address line 2. Remove this one as well. Comma, city, payload 01 dot city. Okay, now until you can write it country only. Just you can run the flow. You can verify. See, until city. This is San Francisco and St. Louis only. So until I have written like this only. Then other one is, so you can continue if you want. You can rest of the keys also. Okay. Now other one is contact. Where is the contact is available? With contact is available under address or outside of the address. That is also very important, because contact also array only, but the where is it is available. Now address is going to be closing here only. Clear, completed. Now contact is available outside of the address, outside of the address. So the same way, now address is starting from here to ending. Now comma, comma is important, because if we are putting the comma, then only system can understand next element is available. What is the next element? This is the root element, comma comma. So contact is available. Then this is the root I have applied. Then I want to access the child elements of contact. First we need to call the parent one, then only we can able to access the child. How we are going to call the parent one? Because contact is available under payload dot parent one, that is the contact, and map operator bracket. Now I'm going to apply for the payload 01, index of payload 01. But currently here we are using the payload 01. Again same here using the payload 01, system get confused only. So that is the reason you can modify payload 02. So if you are using the same name, because same key we are already using here only. Again if you are using the same, this one payload 01, system get confused because this is the two different loops only. So you should maintain two different inside of the bracket only, payload 01 instead of payload 01. In second loop you can use it payload 02 or any other thing if you want, you can maintain. Okay, comma index. Now arrow flower bracket started. Now just to rerun the flow, restarted. Now you can send a request. So you can see two objects are coming here only within the contact. Now come back and write the elements of the contact. Home, comma payload 02 dot home. Okay, cell payload 02 dot cell. Fax payload 02 dot fax. Okay, like this you can write the rest of the elements. Payload 02 dot fax. Remove the special characters. Comma secondary email. See, now you can notice here, because one set of information that includes, because this is the array, one set of information, it includes the 5 elements, but second set of contact only single element. But we have written the loop, we have written the looping mechanism here. Okay, but first time this object is going to be executed, then second time this object is going to be executed, but only single element is available. There is no rest of the 4 elements on, means until cell 2, from cell 2 until secondary email. So system will repeat, there is no key, so that is the reason it returning as a output as null. If we are adding example, second set of information, control C, in input file I'm talking about, example comma. Okay, now remove the comma as well, just you can modify something now. Okay, now save. Now you can send the information, send a request. See, only a home is element is available, then rest of 4 there is no element, so that is the reason system returning as a null values. Now input file I have modified the second set. Now see, 2222 something, whatever the name which you are adding, key value, it is going to be populated. If the element is available, it is going to be displayed to the value. If the element is not available, it returning as a null value. But initially they are committed, this is the file which you are sharing. Based on this you need to write the data V code. So I have written. Unfortunately they are missing other set of information, 4 elements, but we don't know whether they are sending or not. Based upon as per the requirement we have implemented and we deliver the code. After 1 month they are missing some elements before sending to the file, before sending to file to MuleSoft, but it got missed out. But unfortunately there is no element. MuleSoft send a response to target system as a null value. Okay, but we don't know, right, whether they are sending or not. So but as a MuleSoft said, we need to avoid that kind of mechanism also. If they are sending the element, we need to send the values to the target system. But if they are not sending, we don't want to send to null values to the target system. So how we are going to skip the scenario if we are getting the same kind of mechanism, right? There is a keyword called skip null on. Skip null on means, if you want, control space one. I'll take one syntax, I forgot the one. Skip null on is the keyword. I will show you. That is the sort of predefined keyword. Skip null. Ignore the null values. There is a keyword called skip null on. So by using the keyword, we are going to skip the null values in the data we code. One second. Yeah, this is the one. So you can put it here in the header level. So skip null on means we are going to skip the null values, okay, wherever it is available, okay, so that whenever they are sending the keys with the combination of values, we are going to send to the target system. If they are not sending input file, but we don't know whether they are sending or not, sometimes they are going to miss it, but we don't want to send to the null values to the target system. So we can use this one, skip null on, so that we are going to skip all the null values, just we are sending to the whatever the keys combination is available, then we are going to sending. If not, we are going to skip the element only. Any doubt here? This is the predefined keyword, skip null on. This is the syntax only, S cap, a small letter, N caps, on is the capital letter. And this is the everywhere means entire data we code. If it null value available, just skip the element and send to the target system. This is the predefined keyword of data view. Any doubt here? Okay, there are plenty of predefined keywords also available. I'm going to cover only. This is also one of the predefined keyword. Please remember how to remove the null values in the data we code. Skip null on equal to everywhere means entire, because this is the header part. In the header part, if you are defining anything, that is going to be applicable for entire data we code. So that is the reason I have created a local variable also in the header part only. Same variable I am going to reuse it in the wherever you want in the data we code. The same way I am going to keep it in the skip null on in the header part, and everywhere means entire data wave code. It is going to be applicable wherever you the runtime if you are getting the null values. But as per my requirement, I don't want to send to null values to the target system. Then we are going to skip the null values and send to target system. So that is the advantage of this skip null value. The same way they have mentioned here also. How to having a skip null on before actual transformation, then you can get the skip the null values on. Any doubt here? So this is how we are going to write the files in the data we code. First, we need to understand what is the structure of the file. Is the root element or child elements or subroot and the parent, and is the array is available. Then we can once you can understand the file, so that you can easily write the data we code. Any doubt here, you can let me know. Okay. Now the file, what are the file? Now I'm going to convert the same in the XML structure also. Example, if we take the same file. This is the file. Now format is, I'm going to converting from JSON to XML. So JSON to XML file I'm going to converting. What is the structure of XML example? This is the persons. This is the PID example. Now 101 example. This is the persons. Now P name, something name Kiran or P name. Okay, and end of parent persons. Okay.
Shashank, you missed the first one, PID. Instead of PID, you closed it.
Yeah. Okay. And this is the root element. This is the root element of persons. This is the starting tag of root and end tag of root. This is the PID of start tag. This is the end tag of PID, PName. Like this, XML structure is going to be available. And JSON is, this is the key, this is the value. And within the floor bracket, we are going to write the JSON. But when it comes to the XML, this is the key, this is the value. But key is start tag, key is end tag. This is the structure of the XML file. Now the same way, I'm going to write the data we put here on. First, take one more transform message, drag this one. Okay, now what is the requirement? Input file is JSON, and I'm expecting as target system as XML file. Now we are going to modify. In the real time, customer will share the input and output file. Don't worry about that. Just after customer will share, you can create the metadata. Then if you want, you can simply drag and drop also. Okay. Now we are going to write in the manually to write the data we code. So first application JSON, because my target system is expecting as a XML file, and but input system is sharing the input file as a JSON. Now input file, first we need to understand first input file also. What is the structure of OK JSON? And if the root element is available, there is no root element, all are in the sub elements only. The root element is nothing but this is the one I'm talking about. The one which we discussed right before one. What is the file? Yeah, this is the root element. In the array, address is the root element of this is the child. But in the current file, there is no root element, all are in the sub elements only. So there is no root element and sub. And what about the type of file? Is the array or single object? This is the array only. Yes, agree. Now I'm going to apply for the map operator. There is no root element. Now what is the target system which we are going to transform in XML file? What is the structure of the XML file? But this is the structure of the XML file. This is the structure. But without parent, without root element, we cannot convert as a XML. This is the XML behavior only. We should follow the standards. Okay. But when it comes to the JSON, root is not a mandatory. Root is the optional only. But when it comes to the XML, root is the mandatory. But in input file, there is no root element, but target system expecting the root element. Then what to do? Then we can go and discuss with them, because we are going to converting as XML file, but XML file root element is the mandatory. But input file, there is no root element. Do I need to put it as a root element or not? Yes, definitely we should put it on. Then what root element we do need to put? Then anyway, they are going to suggest. As of now, I'm going to putting as a root element persons. Just remove this one, persons. Flower bracket start and end. This is the structure to write the XML format, to converting from JSON to XML format. Okay. So root element is the mandatory. So, but input file, there is no root element, but target system, definitely we should send as a root element, because of we are converting from JSON to XML only. Select the root element from here, put it here. Then where is the file is available? File is available in the payload, right? But within the bracket only, we are going to write the XML format within the bracket only, because start tag, end tag is expecting the target system. Start tag, end tag. Within the bracket, we are going to write the condition here. Payload, map, same within the bracket only. Payload 01, comma, index. If you want, you can put it XML also instead of payload 01. Anything you can write it here. There are no restrictions. Sometimes people are using the as per their project standards also they are following. Now again arrow. This is the syntax. See, this is the root element of start tag, end tag, and this is the payload 0. Payload is the file component payload, that is nothing body. And I would like to repeat the payload. So map operator. So map operator behavior is key value pair combination. All the values are key values are storing under XML and is storing like index based value. Index start with the 0. Now you can display part. This is the display part. Where is the file? And this is the person ID. So where all key values are storing under XML, right? Now you can use the XML dot person ID. Same last name colon XML dot last name. Now if you want, you can test. Just run. This is the flow, right? Send the request. See, now we are expecting the person ID. Only 2 elements I have written here. Now converting as XML. This is the parent, start tag, end tag. So which syntax is going to be supporting the one? Persons. If you want, you can modify here. 1, 2, 3 example. Now you can send a request. You can see person 1, 2, 3. This is the start tag, this is the end tag. And within the start tag, this is the one with the bracket only. We are going to include the loop mechanism in the format XML. So person ID, if you want PID, if you want to modify PID as well here. So colon left side going to the target system, right? Now L name. L name. Now restart. Send a request. See PID L name. Like this, we are going to add the rest of the elements as well. F name. Comma is important because next element is available. Comma is important. F name. XML dot F name. Then address, city, anything, address, add, okay, XML dot address, okay, city, XML dot city, sorry, control V. Okay, you can send a request. See, this is how it is going to be generated, but only one parent, parent, start tag, end tag only, and that includes all the objects only. But I want to differentiate each object as a root element. Then if you want to apply, then go back to here, coming enter, persons, example, this is the parent element, parent root, and each object I am going to expecting as a root, person, flower bracket, colon, flower bracket start, and end of this flower bracket coming here only. If you are missing also flower bracket sometimes, unfortunately, we are going to deleting. How we are going to verify it? Just select this one. It is going to be highlighted here, and select this flower bracket. This one, like this. You can highlight it here. This is the flower bracket. You can highlight it here. If you unfortunately if we delete it, anyway, system is going to be showing us error messages. Then one by one you can verify. Yes, this is missing now. There is no reference of this one. Put it here. The reference is going to be highlighted. Sorry. So anyway, system is going to be showing the input output highlighted only. If you're missing also, you can easily identify after selecting that flower bracket. Now you can send a request. See, this is the parent element and this is the child elements, but each child element I put it as a root element of this one. So this is how we are going to converting from input to output as a JSON file, as JSON text file. Any doubt here? So I'm going to closing now. Okay, so do practice. We'll meet tomorrow morning. Again, I'm going to cover the another topic of data view language. If do you have any doubt, you can let me know. I can clarify. If not, I'm closing now. We'll meet tomorrow morning.
Sure, Susan.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.